What?
Jade, that is when we play Overwatch with Alex, the one that's in Japan.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Sunday, if it is happy for you. It's kind of like raining over here where I am. But today, we're going to bring you Marvel Avengers. Um, there's been some talk here about going back into the initiative. I kind of don't want to hit you with all the loading screens. So I've decided that I want to do the campaign, but leave it up for open discussion before we get into the meat of why we are here.
Did you say meat?
I did say meat.
I am hungry.
Bringing it to the Arby's.
No. No.
Okay,
Never mind.
never mind. I will continue with campaign then, if we're not bringing it to Arby's. So
Arby's.
today we have Tyrone. We have Epsilon.
Mister, take your girl and your guy.
And also we have Wind Spirit.
Dr. Basan, people.
That's a Basan.
We were expecting more. We were expecting Power Star to be here, but I don't know when he's going to be here.
Yeah, he said give him a minute.
Alright, he's coming in a little bit later. But we are
I know
here.
it's taking forever to come, Jesus.
I mean, I can't help you there. I don't know what to do about that.
Just give me a hand and that's it.
Jesus, woman. Just trying to die.
So today, people,
yes.
we have a big discussion today.
On turtles.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But we're trying to understand what the hell is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What exactly mutated them? Do they count as mutants? Or are they just natural born freaks?
they're mutants.
I have french
Yeah,
How do you know?
See? The baby even say he's a mutant.
He said he has a french fry. He didn't say anything about being a mutant.
He definitely
Calm
said something
down.
about a Pop-Tart.
He said it's a french fry.
The baby even say
He had a french fry.
yeah, he got it.
I'm good. What?
But
Wait a minute.
but no, that's something.
Yeah. So the
Yeah, that's
topic
Michael
for
Bay.
discussion today
It's Michael Bay.
something that occurred at would you consider some of the Avengers to be mutants because of, like, you know, their characteristics, how they are, how they react to things, and then we got into the discussion of what, you know, characterizes a mutant, like how are mutants created, how are they made, you know, all that. Is it just the outside interference to the genetics, or are they born that way? You know what I mean? So that's what we're here to discuss today. And I brought, you know, people here who know Marvel, or at least know more than me. It could be all of them, realistically. And don't know jack shit about Marvel. And they're gonna tune me in on all that, all the good stuff. So I'm gonna give the floor to you guys. Mutants, how are they made, or born, or created, and whom from the Avengers would you consider a mutant, and why?
Well, let's get the elephant out the room first. First of all, Thor is a god, so you could take him out the equation.
Tony Stark is just smart.
Black Widow is a human. Yes, so that would be an inhuman, a superhuman.
So our
Whoa.
sleeping humans. Punch you. Oh, he has a range.
Well,
How do you have a
apparently,
range?
this is, and that's why I don't understand. Yeah, exactly.
Stop dodging me.
Yeah. And that's something else also that they don't stick to the original storyline that they gave them, which I don't know why they do that, but you know what? But and that's the other thing. How?
Oh man.
Why you leave for?
Keep going, keep going.
Oh,
For
okay,
some
man.
reason,
Oh.
my shit disconnected.
So look, I can't help you with that.
Time to flip some switches.
So, original storyline, they don't stick with it.
This has to be the last of them, right?
And my thing is when two mutants give birth or a mutant give birth, it's just like okay, you would think they will get the same genetic thing, but
That's
no,
only
they
a
don't.
75% chance of them passing down the mutant gene.
But I don't understand that. I thought when you know. Yeah, but and that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like at least.
What's up,
Power
y'all?
Star!
Star? Good, yeah.
What's good, bro?
It's Gucci, y'all.
What's going
Dr.
on, bro?
Bazan.
Here is Mr. I know all, I give all knowledge.
Hey.
No, we
Okay.
were trying. I
You
was
know-
trying
You got all
to.
knowledge, right? I have a question for you.
Maybe
What's up, Win?
hiding somewhere.
Alright, so,
Super cool
Captain America.
pile of Avengers stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
is it as mutated
Oh, yeah.
or natural?
I'm tired of you. You leave him
He says
alone.
his ass mutated or natural.
Yes.
It's not really it is kind of a mutation, but it's not a mutation with Cap. Now, Cap never, when he was just regular Steve Rogers, he never had anything special about him except for his courage. We all know this. He had the will of a warrior, the heart of a warrior, but he never had the physical attributes to do it. It's almost like someone who has like all the basketball knowledge in the world, but he can't fucking play basketball. He can't do shit. But then if you was to give him, think of it like Mike with Bow Wow. You put the shoes on, you put the shoes on, right? And now all of a sudden, you got a 4'5" kid who's able to touch a 9-foot rim. You know what I'm saying? So in the case, it is a little bit of a mutation because his body had to go through a mutation in order to
Keep up
to
with the courage
achieve
that he has.
that power. But since it wasn't a biological transformation, it was a chemical transformation through something that was outside of it. It's not a mutation. It was just like an enhancement. But if you really think about it, all enhancements that happen to the body genetically are mutations because you have to mutate your cells. But there's a difference between a natural mutation and an outsourced mutation. Now, if it's a natural mutation, then was something that was already inside your DNA. Most times, like in X-Men, it's all depending on where your hormones are sitting at. So that's why most mutants don't get their powers to fully mature until they hit a certain age.
And also
You get what I'm saying?
Control.
Exactly. It's almost like you finally get hair under your pit. That's kind of a mutation in your own body. Now your body's finally matured to the point where you can grow hair and everything like that. You get a mustache. But then on top of that, it also depends on your own genetic code on how your mustache could grow in. Or losing hair. That's also a genetic modification in your own body because you're not able to actually, produce that type of chemical anymore. You know what I mean? So it always varies depending on the person and depending on their own genetic strands. But with Cap, that was an outsourced
Yeah, that was
mutation.
chemical.
Yeah, he was a chemical mutation. Because it's all mutations. Because you're all talking about your own DNA. Anything that's inside the DNA that changes your own strand or changes your own code is a mutation. But you just have the natural mutations that are dormant inside your cells, and then you had, chemical. Or outsourced or a third party per se that had to do that. But yeah, Cap, now he's a second and third party type of mutation. But like same thing with the Hulk, same thing with Black Widow, because she does have the super soldier serum inside of her also. Same thing with Tony Stark when he ended up having to take the super soldier serum in order to get his reactor out of his chest. Thor, that's not a mutation. That's actually his own.
He's a
biological.
god.
Yeah, he's a god. He's a god from a different dimension. Yeah, he's an alien from a different dimension. So it's almost like Superman. On his planet, he might be a regular bloke. But somewhere else, depending on the atmosphere and the way that nature reflects his body, you know what I'm saying, he's able to do it. So imagine that his planet is basically King Kai's planet. It has like 10 times Earth's gravity. So a regular person can't move around, but once you're able to move around there, if a regular person's able to move around there, when they get to somewhere that has lower gravity, now all of a sudden you're Superman. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically in the same sense that depending on your body might already be that of a supernatural on another planet, but on your planet you're a regular bloke. So then you also have those mutations that depend on location. Aquaman. You know what I'm saying? He's stronger than he is on land. I mean, in the water than he is on land because of his own body.
Their body.
Exactly. Because then even when we go into our dinosaurs, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's able to use elemental powers, but you also have the factor of the animalities. The modification. So someone could be, let's say, a fish fire type. Now those two go against each other, but because he's a fish type, he will have more resistance to water-based attacks. So his fires will not be put out so easily because of such. That's what I'm saying. Then that's when you have the weakness of it. He wouldn't be able to do like what Rex does as an explosion or be able to reach high temps like that. But at the same time, his his water resistance will be more. So let's say if he was to go up against someone who's like a super strong water type, his fire won't have anything to do with them, but he won't be crushed by water. So he will be able to still fight against that water type. He wouldn't use his fire.
It would be like a steam. Like he could combine, you could combine certain elements together. Even though you're one species, doesn't knock the fact that you can do any of the elements.
Exactly.
So,
but then on top of that, that also says, well, then that's when we start combining things, and that's when you end up getting other elements to come out of it. That's when you start mixing two elements together.
Like the dragon. Perfect example. The dragon I'm fighting on Monster Hunter, not to change the story. The dragon I'm fighting on Monster Hunter is a dragon fire, but he weaks against dragon and fire. So I'm like, wait a second, how your strength is your weakness? Yeah, it's not bad. I thought I'm like, it could burn. It's a certain type of degree of heat or fire that your body is not used to. So
it's like a forest fire compared to molten lava.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
he could shoot fire, but it damaged him also. So
Just
I'm like,
think about Ace versus the lava captain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though he was in his Logi fire form, because molten rock has a solid form and is also burns hotter, he was killed. Even though he's a fire type.
R.I.P.
to the boy, you know what I mean? So that's basically where that whole notion comes from, that there's different levels to things. You know what I'm saying? Even in mutations, like Cap's, going back to Cap, his quote unquote mutation was only really physical. He didn't get any. He didn't get any eye beams. He didn't shoot any lasers out
No,
of his
he just got superhuman strength and speed
and
and
speed and
endurance.
durability. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
freaking Punisher killed him, shot him right back in the head.
You know what I'm saying? So he
So-
still is a human. He still is a human in most aspects, but he is just the pinnacle of the human. Of the human attribute.
Yeah, he's a
human
total
attribute.
superhuman. He's a superhuman, but he can still get.
But remember that even though his mutation was basically a regular one, the Hulk, because of the application that he got when he started dealing with gamma energy, his mutation was actually stronger than a regular dosage. So then on top of that, then you gotta think about what applications were used and
he was studying with a
actual-
lot of fungi, toads, reptiles. Because he was trying to.
because
I don't know
those
why
animals,
people.
no, it's because those animals have more
Can
resistance to
and to regrow.
radioactivity. Yeah, exactly.
And to regrow like limbs and body parts. That's why when you stab the Hulk, he regenerates and he just gets stronger. So that's why
that
a lot of
lizard
things.
part of them.
Yeah, so
And on top of that, those things, like I said, those things are like frogs. They use those in actual experiments with radiation because they have a degree of resistance to it. So at the same time, that's what I'm saying when it comes to the animal attribute as well. Things depending on that specific animal's DNA could also alter one's own, makeup and how you would do your powers. Now, if he was just a frog type and they just didn't do anything with radiation, then the Hulk wouldn't have that whole gamma output that he has. He would just be a big ass lizard that, uses his muscle mass or whatever to actually deal blows. And he would lose out on that whole aspect. That's what I'm saying. It always varies, and every single person, when it comes to that whole power flux, has their own little thing. That's the whole, that's what I'm saying. It's very tricky when you're talking about mutations because, like I said, it could be a dormant mutation that's already inside your body or an outsourced mutation. And I believe that was the whole discussion that myself and my fellow gentlemen are having today.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, people.
Based on all of that,
Captain America's ass is a mutation. That booty is not real.
No.
From Dr. Miami himself.
He wasn't, exactly, because he was not born with that booty. He basically had some surgery done.
He was a twink.
It was enhanced.
He was a twink.
No, the Red Skull was a botched booby surgery.
Yeah.
Captain America was a perfect booby surgery.
Yeah.
Ain't no one else like that. But, he basically, Black China versus Amber Rose's booty. You know what I'm saying? China shit don't
Need
look
the
like.
name of his doctor. I need some work done.
Yeah, Iron Man.
Had that booty.
I need a booty that needs to be enhanced.
But so what about Wolverine? Let's throw that out there. Since he was a mutant first, and then
He's a mutant with enhancements.
Because shout out to my boy Hector. He was just throwing all the names out, and I say scientific enhancement. He was a mutant, and he was just turned into a weapon. With
So he's the best of both
He was
worlds.
already able to get the bone claws out when he first started.
Well, yeah, and he already had regeneration powers. But the thing is, they but they mutated his bones into adamantium and turned him into a monster. So, yeah,
They coated and infused.
The word you're looking for is graft. They grafted on.
basically.
They graft his Well, I'm sorry, I'm here. You know, I got way with words.
You know, you gotta dumb it down, bro. Dumb it down for the kids for the back.
They grafted some metal onto his bones and said, "Hey, look, you're a monster."
Yeah, well, let me
the big
go into
words.
Wolverine now. Let me go into Wolverine now. Like
There
we
we
already
go.
said,
We
his
had all that discussion about
I should
Captain
go talk to
America's
Bruce.
ass, and now we're going into Wolverine's bones.
Mhm.
I think there's a
We're
trend
getting
here.
all the
Ass and
body parts
bones.
right now.
Hey man,
We're
that's
doing
what we live for,
everything.
right? That's what we
That
live for, man. Ass
we're
and
doing
bones.
everything now.
All right, now with Wolverine, going back to the natural and the exterior mutations, his is an actual natural mutation. He was born with this ability, and when he matured, it finally came to its fullest fruition. Now, when it comes to, because you know he already had excuse me, he already had the whole what is that, the rejuvenation, and the whole thing with his bones was because through his mutation of having the being able to regenerate his cells overactivated his bone structure. That's why he was able to have bone claws, because of the rapid growth in his cells. Now when they went ahead and found him, they was like, yo, we finally have a person who could rejuvenate his cells. So he is the perfect guinea pig because he could always regenerate himself. Almost think of him as the girl from My Hero, the girl who could able to rewind time and shit like that to rejuvenate cells back to their prior state. Now he doesn't rewind his cells to his prior state, but his cells allow him to keep it, no matter what, keep it at his primary functionality and the strongest functionality. So when they finally was like, well, we could go ahead and, even though he has bones and he could rejuvenate his bones, they're still breakable. They're still bones. Bones can still break. That's when they went ahead and graft the adamantium to his substructure. By doing that, that's when they were able to ensure that he was able to basically go through anything. You can hit this motherfucker with a train and you won't break his core. Now, of course, he's like, I love this one comic when him and Cyclops are fighting.
Oh yeah, when Cyclops
And
shot
Cyclops,
him burned his arm.
I beamed his whole arm off, all the flesh and muscle off his arm, but all he had was his adamantium claw, and then Wolverine was able to stab one of Cyclops' eyes. Now, it took him literally like 5 minutes to regrow all the muscles back into his, all the muscle tissue and everything back onto his arm. Now, if Cyclops did that, he could have, without the adamantium, he would have atomized and destroyed his whole bone structure. We don't know if Wolverine can grow a whole arm back because we never seen him lose an arm in that extent. Or if we did see someone rip him the fuck apart, most of the times Wolverine would be dead. You know what I'm saying?
Well, think about it. Fucking old man Logan when Hulk ate him.
Yeah.
There's some things that you just can't live through. Like,
And then Wolverine
throw Wolverine into the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like, his lungs would explode and retract, but he would still have water in his lungs. You would kill the motherfucker at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you was to throw him in the trunk and throw him into the water. Like, Wolverine won't be able to breathe, but you know what I'm saying? But he would still die because the water is still trapped into his lungs. Even though he could repair it, he can't extract the water. So in that case, he would die. So there's only a certain level that his own mutation could take him. Well, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on, like I always say, the environment and the actual application of your powers. That's what I'm saying. Even though he's a beast, you can still kill the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You could throw the dude in lava. You know what I'm saying? He'll sit there, he'll just keep rejuvenating, but he will be in the pit of actual agony for eternity because molten rock doesn't cool if it's still in its core. So you would still be able to get rid of him and kill him in a sense, but it would just be like if he's in the third cycle of hell and he's just continually going through that pain. You know what I'm saying? But if you was to sell his ass and destroy every molecule of him down to its atom, then there's no way that he could rejuvenate from nothing.
Yeah, it's not like Deadpool.
You know, yeah, Deadpool could rejuvenate from dust. Logan can't rejuvenate from dust. You know what I'm saying? So there's different levels to even that type of mutant attribute. You know what I mean? Like, Deadpool is not as durable as Logan, but he could heal more efficiently. Yeah, exactly. I would say more efficiently than Logan can. You know what I'm saying? Because he could really grow another limb. Logan, if he doesn't have his base there, he's not growing back that limb. Plain and simple. If he doesn't have his base anymore, he can't grow that limb back.
Yeah, because there was mad time that freaking Magneto ripped the skeleton out of Wolverine body.
What up, Murr?
You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the difference in those applications. But Wolverine, unlike Cap, had both of them happen to him when he had to outsource, give him an enhancement, and he already was an enhanced person by himself. Well, that is almost like how I'm gonna go back to dinosaurs, because, you know, trademark, bop, 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 bop. You know what I mean? So we go
Copyrighted.
Copyright, trademark, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So it goes back into the application of one's natural attributes or natural physiques or natural, you know, mutations, and then also having that external power when it comes to being able to control nature around you. That's external. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people who can't start a fire, but they can manipulate it. But then you have people who could start fires, but they have no manipulation. It's almost like they have to do an explosion. When you have people who could actually stifle an explosion. You know what I mean? So you know, like I said, it all depends on their own application of the power. That's one thing that I always loved about Stan Lee, is that he always, even though most of his characters seemed overpowered, it was always their own mental psyche
I think I made it worse.
and how smart you are. Like, look at The Flash, fucking one of my favorite comics. Like, Wally was super smart. Without his intelligence, he wouldn't be able to do the things that he can do. Know how to what frequency to vibrate at, you know, exactly how fast he needs to run in order to break whatever dimensional flux he's in. You know what I mean? It takes your own mental application along with your own physical. Let's say Wolverine never had the combat sense to actually attack the way he does. Let's say he was more of a traditional fighter over being a wild animal fighter. You know what I mean? His whole application of his powers would be different. You know, he wouldn't be getting. Excuse me. He has multiple fighting styles. He could fight with a sword because he trained in Japan, because I think he was in like World War II or some shit like that, or the Vietnam War.
And his ex-wife was there?
Yeah, his ex-wife, Mariko, was basically the daughter of a scientist who worked for the you know, I think it was like worked for like the Japanese scientists or whatever like that, and then ended up going to Canada because I know Wolverine, Logan, is actually a Canadian, and through the war he went to.
Shout out to the Sixth God.
You know, so only reason why he went to Japan and all that good stuff was because he was in the military.
Talk about DC.
And he went to he was in World War I, he was in World War II, and he was in the Vietnam War. But he didn't turn into the Wolverine. Oh, he was always the Wolverine, but he didn't turn into Weapon X until after the Vietnam War.
Yeah,
you know, during the
I
whole
think more
Reagan
after, because he was on the same platoon as Captain America.
Yes, for World War, I think the Germany fight was in World War I. So that's where he met Cap at, and all that good stuff. And when he met Cap, he didn't have the adamantium bone in him.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he had regular bone. So he was basically a regular merc. He was basically a mercenary. You know what I'm saying? And through that, they had him on record as being one of those secret soldiers. So then when they finally was like, oh, so this dude has the application to do exactly what we want. Like, yo, we found the strongest metal on the planet. Yo, we should throw this in somebody's body. If someone had the strongest metal in their body, then they're basically a walking knife.
That's
You know
why
what I'm
they
saying?
want. That's why they. That's why they trying to hunt him down.
Honestly,
Because
no one would think of doing anything like that but the government. Hey, we have the strongest metal known to man. Let's put it in a soldier so we can have a super soldier so we can win all of our wars.
Well, that was always one thing
Well, think
about
about
Marvel.
it,
They were
it was-
always going for super soldiers. That was the
Yeah.
whole.
that was the whole premise. That
Was a super soldier project. Wolverine was a super soldier project. Captain America was a super soldier project. Black Widow was a super soldier project. They always was taking.
Omega Red.
Yeah, Omega Red was a super soldier project. Another
Deadpool.
Canadian super soldier project. Same thing with Deadpool. You know what I'm saying? That was all the X Force or whatever they called themselves. I forgot the name
The
of the
X
Canadian
Factors.
X Factors. There it is. I forgot what the name of the Canadian force was or whatever. But they were always looking to basically make a stronger human
Yeah.
using science. They knew that
Because
these things was
Germany
out
and
there.
Russia, the German and Russia, they always had that little. Oh, you have to. They always had that fight that we're gonna win back the war, but we gotta mutate or
Yeah,
create
do it
some
from
future.
outside. Yeah, outside means if we can't, exactly.
That's
If we
like,
can't match them with our artillery, then we need to match them with our science. Because remember, Germany and Russia were basically the leaders in all the chemical science. The only reason why America won anything is because we had the military power, one, and we also had the mechanized power. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that we were always good at was industry. Just assembly line shit. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why we won anything is because we're good at assembly work. So, basically a whole bunch of mechanics, a country full of mechanics. So mechanics actually won the wars over chemical. You know what I'm saying? So it's but chemical is always stronger for the simple fact that it changes, again, the natural attribute of whatever it is that's in it. So, then that's when you go back into the mutations. What's better, having Usain Bolt? But if you have Usain Bolt, who is the peak of physical speed, and then you gave him a super soldier serum, you know what I'm saying? Not only does he have a peak performance dude, but then you also have him with his with the mutation on top of that. You know what I'm saying? So outsource mutations. So that's where you always have those differences, and that's where it's kind of hard to really, pinpoint what's better, who had this type of application, because like I said, it always depends on the user. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was to give, let's say, Cannonbolt from the X-Men,
They can invite people.
you know what I mean? He still won't be better than Cap. Cap will whoop his ass, even if you gave him a super soldier serum, because he doesn't have the fight IQ to fully use it to its fullest capability.
Oh, yeah.
So, like there is a big difference between natural mutation and the outsourced mutation. To me, physical mutations that are natural, to me, are stronger than an outsource that actually changes your body, because to me, the unnatural changing of molecules in your body could, if another outside source was to hit them, could break it down. Or for the overuse, just think of it like Uchiha. When they get their eye, when through their natural ability of getting their eyes, they could go ahead and have all these outrageous powers. But even though they are able to do that, the physicality of their natural bodies cannot take the overwhelming power of it, because it is something that has to happen to them. They have it in their blood, but something outside of their own mental state, outside of their own physical bodies, manifests that power. It's something that they were born with, but it takes a lot to actually get that out. I like that ability more than Cap's super soldier serum. You know what I'm saying? Even though it has its own backlash to it. That's when they had to actually add an outside source in order to use it to its fullest capability. So both sides actually have their own pros and cons. Because even though you might have a natural ability that is supernatural, you can still lose something more because, you know, because it always has that equality in things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might be able to shoot laser beams out of my hands, but if I overuse my own abilities, almost like, you know, Quarks, I end up doing physical damage to myself. But if I was to be like a Nomu and get physical enhancements on top of that, I could overcome my own natural, you know, disabilities with using my powers, but then at the same time, I lose something greater. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you're still losing something. You know, Nomus lost their brains, they lost their minds, their own individuality, but they gained power in order to get that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it all depends on your own mental state and exactly what it is that that you already have. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
I think so.
So I'm gonna take
These I think so.
to,
Yeah, I'm sorry. When I get on tangents,
yeah, he goes all the way in. I was like,
And the one,
So I'm gonna take this a little bit of time to answer the chat. Yes.
yeah,
we
Patricia
we
said
are-
y'all gotta speak. You win, and Dan gotta speak up louder.
I mean, honestly, I haven't really been saying much. I've been letting him go in. But
I wasn't really saying anything though.
yeah. But
Yeah,
yes,
it was all quiet.
there are some DC fans here. We will be talking about DC. This particular conversation is more geared toward Avengers specifically and Marvel. And yes, the next game we will play that will be a stream will be Among Us.
Nani?
We will be invited.
He said Nani.
Yes, Among Us will be next.
oh yo, call me. Let me see that stream when you get to the humping part.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Among Us, isn't that the one where they came
No,
out with
no.
part 2?
No. That's no, that's not.
Oh,
think
you're
you're talking
talking about the one with the
Metahuman.
you don't know who's the killer type joint.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's-
I gotta download that thing.
Wait, what game were you talking about?
Among
I don't
Us.
know
I
what
was
game.
talking about what was the one when it's basically like semi-zombies or whatever?
You're talking about
The Last of Us. There it is.
I was like the
Last of Us
hunting
2.
part.
Yeah, The Last of Us 2 when they're on a ship and
Oh, where
basically
did that,
homeboy is like
We're
banging her. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys already did. That was like a couple months ago. I saw that video.
I was like, wait.
Chris?
So far away.
Is Chris is something that dude?
There's a chest with
Yeah.
resources close to your location.
Ew.
No,
She's a
Abby
whole
got
dude,
laid.
dude.
That's a whole Chris.
You leave Chris alone.
Damn.
Disrespectful.
I might remember that.
I was like, wait a second, who humping who? I'm like, oh no.
Disrespectful.
Dan got scared real quick. I saw his character. I saw his character die real quick.
Wait,
I don't know what's
did y'all
going
see
on
what I
anymore.
put in the Western
You
Discord?
have to deal with whatever's disrupting
I
the
haven't
signal
had a chance
before
to
you're
look at
able
it.
to track down that bunker.
I haven't had a chance to look at it.
Sorry.
Jasmine Moon Shadows says, what about Marvel metahumans? Are they technically mutants?
Well, yes, because it's just different terms. That's what it is. Is metahumans are still the same thing as mutants. It's just DC can't get the rights to that. So, poor DC.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
I wonder what's inside that AIM building.
If you're curious, there should be an external locking mechanism you can use to open the doors.
Right, like a
They
switch.
had Injustice
You want to look around, Hulk?
He said they have injustice.
They had Injustice. That's about it.
and Injustice 2. I'm waiting for 3 to come out.
You know, no,
Everything's
that's
focused
Suicide
around
Squad.
Among Us right now,
Can you
so...
sneak past them?
That's Suicide Squad.
Look out. Got some bad guys.
But
I want
so
that.
yeah, so it was more Cap and Wolverine was more, well, except for Wolverine had more applications. than Cap. Cap was just superhuman.
How do I get in there?
Wolverine was already a mutant, but then got enhanced to further his combat strategy. We're not putting gods in here. We're not putting celestial beings in here from a different planet, different dimensions. No, we're doing straight Earth.
Yeah, there is really little to no difference between metahumans and regular mutants. I mean, where did metahumans come from? Isn't that a DC term?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir. We appreciate your
Yeah,
input,
so
and we will
yeah,
be
that's
doing some,
all. Yeah, that's all
Among Us.
copyright things. Yeah, that's all copyright things right there. You know what I'm saying? It's
How do I
almost
get in
like
here?
basically
Like break
using, using the same idea but having it worded differently.
Mm-hmm.
So there
That's
really
what
is no difference other than their own applications in the universe.
Yeah, because even Superman is an illegal alien.
Okay.
Puns.
Hey, Trump.
Mm-hmm. You know, so he don't count.
Again, it's all due to environment and own physical abilities.
Broken.
Now with us, we changed the board. We changed the whole board, not just Earth. We changed everything. So I just want to throw that out there also. In our story, we changed that too. So
Sure.
because you have some species like Dan character, they can move their body parts
Clear.
into different places so they can't die. We're not even going to talk about Prophet character. We're not even going to talk about Wind character. We're not even going to talk about Prime character, the Power Star. They don't count. They really don't count. I guess this is my character that counts.
We can take them.
But yeah, I know.
Main character
Yeah.
priority, and then he gets destroyed.
Yeah, I don't get main character status. I don't need it. I'm already main character
You said
status.
you don't need it. You don't need it.
Nah. I
need it.
Yeah, my characters don't need no main character status.
Until they get
Bro, I'm
beat
good.
up
Yeah, I just get beat up.
in every area you go to.
Listen, I'm Goku, but I'm actually Vegeta.
I'll need you to get me close to the node so I can disable the disruption.
Let's get close to that node.
Set that down
So-
real quick.
Jarvis needs
I know, right? So who else is? And what I was talking to Win about, I was talking to them about birth, like mutants giving birth to other mutants with different attributes. I was like, for me, I was like, I don't know why. I don't know why they do that for. My thing is since like Cyclops and his brother, they have the same powers, but they're doing different things with their power. It's not like Magneto with Scarlet Witch and with Quicksilver.
Scarlet Witch isn't actually his daughter.
I'm working on clearing up the signal. Just stay within
She needs
proximity
a
of the
place to
security
hide.
node.
She needed a place to hide, so
up
she
here.
like warped his mind. And was just like, yeah, Magneto's my father. And he's just like, yeah, I believe it.
Stop freezing me.
So wait, we're saying that she's not the actual daughter of Magneto?
Yeah, she's not really his daughter. I think Quicksilver is. I think he's actually his son.
How you doing, Jarvis?
I believe.
Making progress.
I have
Keep
to
those AIM
look into
forces
that.
away from the security node.
That
I'm
was
doing it right now.
that was one of my things. Like how it's like the Incredibles. You have this dude, the father that has super strength. Yeah, the mother is elastic, but the daughter's invisible, and the son have super speed, and
then
the baby have everything.
Everything.
Yeah, it's like, okay, then, like, I don't understand how that happens. Like, how your genetic mutant gene do that, but
Well, she's the fraternal twin of Pietro, so they actually are brother and sister. She's a fraternal twin of Pietro. She was born first of the two, so she's older than Pietro. It says for a time she was believed to be the daughter of the mutant Magneto and his late wife, Magda.
Magneto and Magda.
So that was my whole big idea. That's what I was talking to.
They are the children of Magneto.
Kids we got. They look old.
They are or expected?
They are.
No, they are.
It says that they are. I just Googled them.
Even Google tells no lies.
What they do?
Sometimes.
Do you know how big the freaking Fall Guys are? They're like 6 feet.
Wait.
Look it up.
We do see them from a very high up view.
But
yeah,
it's just that it was just that question that I didn't understand why
I'm freezing. I'm done.
different mutants have their children have different abilities. That's my thing. Like Manny.
Finding the shield bunker is harder than I thought. That's better.
I don't know. That's one of the questions I wanted to ask. Because
Why is the application different? Well, even though we are, they come from a similar parent, doesn't mean that your DNA is going to be exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? Like how it is with you. You might have a trait that's part of your family. Like you might have a family who all have big ears. That might be the trait, but they don't all look alike. You know what I'm saying? You might have one kid might have slanted eyes. One kid might have round eyes, but no one in their immediate family has that. But if you look down in their lineage, someone did. You know what I'm saying? So it might just be a physical attribute. Like you have two parents who are both 5. One is 5'4", the other one's 5'9", but then they end up having a kid who's 6'4".
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
So
like
it
stereo.
It's also like the left hand, right hand thing. Like in my family, it's like a whole bunch of, like we're all right-handed dominant, but my nephews, they were born left-handed. Why? I don't know. Like everybody's right-handed in the family.
Miss Khan.
No, we'll figure it out.
Like you develop mutations. Boom.
Yeah, cause because the only person that have his ability is Polaris, and I'm like, oh I know your daddy. You got your daddy ability.
Well, Polaris was never Magneto's daughter. He adopted her. The only reason why he adopted her is because she had his ability. And he controls the magnetic pole of actual metal objects. She controls the magnetic pole of the actual planet. So there's a difference.
Well, I'm gonna need her.
Well, still, he was doing that. Well, it's Earth, so we saw that in an apocalypse. Because everything, even Earth is metal.
Everything has its own. Well, he was able to heighten his ability to its max, where he could control the metal ions and things.
Mm-hmm.
The metallical ions, because everything has iron in it. Even we do. We have a specific number of.
That's what I say. I feel like Magneto is more. That's the old saying. Yeah. Because I might we disowned it like
what happened? What happened?
we.
Door's open. Sweet. Let's see what's inside.
That was crap.
But that's why I was.
It was like, hey, let's make Superman's son asthmatic. Just like get out of here with this shit.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, that was an actual thing?
Was asthmatic. He's asthmatic.
He cannot run.
I didn't know that was the.
Yeah, and Superman Returns, his son was asthmatic.
The fuck?
I don't know. Who this
But then you
was.
didn't know that he was basically super strong until he pushed the piano and almost killed Lex Luthor. He was like,
Lex
"Oh, so he
Luthor almost got
actually
killed by a
is.
piano.
He actually has
Of all
superpowers."
things.
Okay, cool.
He's
Of all
strong
things,
hand.
piano.
He said, I can't grab it. You gotta use my strong hand."
So can anyone tell me where this base is? Because I have no idea.
But so yeah, it was basically just. When I'm gonna need you to stop leaving back and forth out the party.
I'm gonna need to get better fucking internet. Yeah.
He's angry.
Damn.
This is my fault.
I think that's between you and Rick.
I'm like, damn! I see this person.
Oh, I
see
think
this
that
dude.
the exile prophet has been exiling people, huh?
I mean, look, I'm only playing Avengers here. You can't blame me.
Speak up! We can't hear you in the back.
In the back.
Yeah, we have people saying that they can't hear Rich in the back.
It's because I'm not talking. I also can't find this base. I feel a little
What
lost
base
right
are you
now.
looking for?
It just says locate shield facility, you know, I'm just running around breaking stuff.
So who are there? So what? Cause we already know that Camilla Khan herds with. Well, in this story, it was Chemical, but I don't know her actual storyline, so
Honestly,
don't
that
ask
was
me
the whole
about.
reason why I
Who
brought
again?
this up, because I wanted to know...
The newest Captain Miss Marvel.
Kamala?
Yeah.
Oh, she was during the whole Inhumans joint with not Black Canary. I forgot, Black Bolt or whatever his name is. His whole people. They had like an experiment or whatever that went haywire and was basically released all over the world, all over
Didn't go
America, or
haywire,
whatever.
he did it.
And yeah, then it ended up mutating people. So hers is an outside mutation. It's not. It was basically like a chemical mutation, not an actual natural mutation. And she's part of the new mutants. You know what I mean? That's where she basically came in through. I know they did. I think they did that on Mightiest Heroes or whatever it was. I forgot what series of comics, because you know every year or every whatever they come out with new issue ones, and then they always come out with a different.
Yeah,
narrative.
they don't stay true to the original.
Because she basically came out around when Squirrel Girl came out, because they all part of the same.
Squirrel Girl!
For which someone says Squirrel Girl is the most strongest mutant in the world. I have to slap somebody.
Who is Squirrel Girl?
That. Squirrel Girl
Some-
is basically
some people are saying-
Squirrel. Yeah,
Some
she's a
people
girl who
are
has
saying
squirrel
that.
abilities like a squirrel tail and super agility and all that good stuff, and she's able to communicate with squirrel animals.
Some people are saying that Squirrel Girl is the strongest. I'm like, how? She took down Thanos. Okay, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, everybody.
A lot of people took down Thanos.
I know.
No, the
I'm like,
question is...
yeah, me too. Like, I just beat him. You know how hard he is in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Like, come on now. Like, geez, no, stop, people, stop. I know you don't want to boost people, these non-characters that no one knows about, but no, stop it. I had to get on about Thanos. I'm like, Thanos, they changed his storyline in the movie. And they say, wait, what? I'm like, yeah. In the original comics, Thanos killed people for death. For the love of death.
I mean...
You know,
You know.
now he's just killing people. Yeah, population control. No. Like, what the hell?
It's
I'm
what
like,
we needed.
No, what we needed, we wanted Thanos to fall in love with death.
I mean,
He
that's
said-
what it should have been. What we got was Corona.
Yeah,
What
what
we
we got was, you know, our own American politics into it.
Mm-hmm.
Unification and gentrification.
Yeah, because I was talking to Power Star and then
Yep.
about the real Captain Marvel,
The
and
real
how her
Captain Marvel.
storyline, like how her storyline was, and that was just. I'm like, yeah, the world wasn't gonna ready for that one. I'm like, if you haven't read her regular comic book, you don't know Captain Marvel.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, Rogue play a big part.
You see
I love
anything?
Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I can respawn in
Bitch.
this game?
Bitch got her power stolen twice.
Bitch, but I have my power.
Got her power stolen
Found
twice.
it.
Nice work. Let's hope that neural
And hers is,
inside.
come to think about it, hers could be
I appreciate the sentiment. It is rather
scientific
without instantaneous access to
alter.
information.
Hers is scientific alter.
Who's this?
Captain Marvel. Hers is scientific.
Yeah. Hers was an outsourced because that wasn't her natural abilities. So,
Yeah, she was a regular human.
basically- Yeah, she was a regular human through outside sources mutated her.
Mm-hmm.
That's another one. That's another one like that.
So much breath.
Mm-hmm.
Was it your memory?
Yeah, I saw someone in the comments wanted us to talk more about DC characters. So I guess we got a DC fan in here.
Yeah, I saw that. I just now put it on. Well, DC. Okay, so DC. Listen, we're going to do a whole thing about DC because DC is
That's
just
another
the.
thing.
That's
Yeah,
a. That's,
DC
they need a
is also
hug.
another one. Well, I mean, you know,
They need
DC
a hug.
is not going to be around much longer in the capacity that we're used to. But
yeah.
it is what it is.
They just need a hug. They don't know what they need to do. They don't know what they need to do. Because right now, well,
I'm breaking.
if you
what they're going to
redo,
do.
if you're going to reintroduce the original, reintroduce Superman as the little thing that y'all been doing ever since the 60s. Faster than the speed of bullet, a locomotive. You know, bring all that back if you want to restart the whole franchise. Because every time Flash
anymore.
Huh?
I don't think people got locomotives anymore. You might see like one or two.
Yeah, the bullet train from Japan.
Yeah, the bullet train is still.
Yeah, you
Not so
know.
much a locomotive.
You know, so if you want to do that, bring back that. If you want to bring back the old Batman, bring back the old Batman when he had 4 enemies: Catwoman, Joker, Penguin, and Riddler, and make him a detective. Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Let them know.
That. You know. Yeah, exactly.
Faster than
And let him do the bat. And let him do the bat dance while he do it.
Let him do
No.
What the hell is the bat dance?
No. We're not going back to that.
What is the bat dance?
Know the bat dance. To grab your case and start doing the Watusi. That's what you do.
Nope.
Make sure you have a glass in your hand
Cool.
and just start doing the Watusi. God bless Adam West.
I believe we may have
tired
triggered
of
a
you.
classified
Rest
shield.
in peace, Adam West.
Uh-huh.
We let him get away with so much.
Yeah, so cause
Nick Fury?
like me and Power Star was saying, well, he brung it up, and I was like, wait, run that back? The dude that created Punisher, he said that they should cancel all superheroes and
or Cape, or the Cape comics, Cape Crusader comics and superheroes. He's basically talking about DC and Avengers and stuff
Marvel.
like that.
Yeah, he's talking about all superheroes, and let the new generation come out with something new, which it should have been done. But
Which is basically what his whole thing was. From what I got out of it is that they keep reappropriating already existing characters that were meant for a different generation and trying to make them relative to the generation that's coming now. But when those characters were made, it was a totally different era. And what he's saying is that characters shouldn't transcend eras. They should grow with the people who they were with to begin with. Like the original Batmans on Marcus and I was talking about with the original Batmans. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about DC. With the Batman, he only had like 4 villains, which was Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman, and what was the other one, Marcus?
Joker.
And Joker. You know what I mean? And then from there, and that was more of the kid stages when they had the pows and the zings and all that great stuff. And he was basically a cape crime fighter. The cops really didn't have a problem with him and all that good stuff. But as those children who read those books turned into teenagers, that's when he started being a little bit more darker. That's when they started going into him having his dead parents and everything like that. And they actually gave the Joker a background story for the simple fact that people liked the Joker even though he was just supposed to be just a funny criminal.
No, he was supposed to be... He was only supposed to die in the first comics. That's it.
Yeah, but people liked him so much that they actually made a background story for him. And then since people liked him the most out of the 4 characters that they had, they was like, well, we should have their beginning stories intertwined. And that's when we started having the whole without Joker, there's no Batman, and without Batman, there's no Joker type of deal. And they intertwined those 2 stories, but only way it was able to do that was because the audience was old enough to understand the complexity of their relationship, and so on and so forth. And what Punisher's comic book, with the Punisher creator, he was saying that that's great. You can't go ahead and give them such a dramatic story, and then you want to go ahead and backpedal. When they keep making the issue 1s again, backpedal and try to make him relatable to other, to the next generation, to the next group of kids, when his source material has changed to the point where he's a mature character now. He's saying that you need to make a whole new set of characters for that generation, for that time, not keep reappropriating old characters and keep trying to make them fit into whatever's going on in society at that time, because then the story seems forced and there is really no genuineness in that character. And on top of that, that generation's kind of like, you're going to have the 2 generations fighting against each other, because you have the older heads who was like, yo, this is not what I grew up with. And then you have the younger heads is like, well, mine is better, but they don't really follow it like the old dudes do. So the comic book sales don't do as well because you done pooped on the older generation to make the younger generation happy, but then the younger generation has more technology and more means to get information and be entertained, to the point where comics don't do as well as they did when there wasn't any technology or anything like that. So you need to not adapt your characters to the times, you need to create new characters for the times. That's what he's saying, that all those old school characters need to be dead and gone and not make anything new. You know what I mean? You need to go ahead and make a whole new slew of characters to go with the times. So Batman, Superman, Flash, and, Green Lanterns and all that good stuff. They did do, like Green Lantern, for example, you had like 4 or 5 different Green Lanterns. Hal Jordan, Guy Gardner, John Stewart. Then you had the girl version that they just came out with. You know what I'm saying? They just taken a similar a similar power, just giving it to new people, which is cool and all to expand the universe. But that should have been something that already happened. It shouldn't just have been about Hal Jordan. It should have been about all 5 of them at once, and had a whole teamwork of them, and then each team member had their own little backstory. But the whole thing is that they waited generations to give these new characters up. So it's like, so then you got people with like, well, John Stewart isn't Hal Jordan. He's not better than Hal Jordan. Like me, I basically grew up with John Stewart. You know what I'm saying? Most of us in this chat right now grew up with John Stewart, the dark-skinned Green Lantern.
Fury.
You know what I mean? Because he was basically made for our generation. Hal Stewart was made for our parents' generation. Guy Gardner was made for the generation underneath us. You know what I'm saying? Which was more of a sly, slick, lazy Green Lantern. You know what I'm saying? For the lazy and slick talking generation. And now, you know, we're all about the women empowerment. Now we have the female Green Lantern.
But wasn't the Green Lantern gay?
I think.
Why you gotta bring that up?
I think Guy Gardner was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had the haircut, so.
What does that even mean?
I'm gay.
Well, again, when it comes down to how we're living now, appearance gives off, you know, we judge by appearance, and Guy Gardner was part of that era where people were judged by their appearance. So since we're already, you know, basically formatted in our brains to judge things on that manner, that's where I got it from. You know, because now we're starting to talk about how society, but that's the one thing about comics, that it always changes depending on what societal views are. I mean, going back to the original, you know, I call it the manuscripts of comic world, when it was, you know, when they basically use them for political gains in their posters to get off whatever ideal that person or that group has to say what they thought of something else. So it was, comics were always used for political showings of what was going on in the world. Only time it didn't do that was when we go to animation. Now, animation they didn't go with what was going on in the times. They went on taking stories that existed in real life, myths, legends, and science, and make them take fact and turn it into science fiction, and basically embellish on that. But, you know, I kind of got away from the whole Punisher guy, but that's basically what the Punisher author was saying. He was saying that, you know, we need these things to die off so that the next generation can have their own thing.
Okay.
It's still hard to believe all this is real. I mean, I just flew on a Quinjet to a secret SHIELD base. We saw Nick Fury, and now I'm talking to Jarvis and not keeping my cool at all. Sorry.
No need to apologize, Miss
And
Carr.
what's important is a haircut. No, I just want to make that known.
Well, yeah, it's all about our parents. You know what I'm saying? That's what's important. Everybody judges by appearance.
And we are worried about a haircut.
Ready.
Powering up.
He got fired because he got tattoos on the back of his eyelid.
Well, you know, that's how it is. Like with most jobs, like if you're working in the business setting, they don't want to hire people who have a whole bunch of tattoos on their bodies, on their face. That's why they say it's never a good idea to get tattoos in your face, because people have a perception, and then, you know, like how it is when you have a business that you have to dress in a business suit. If you're working at a food store, you have to dress in their attire that they provide for you. You know what I'm saying? So you exactly is what we call societal standards. I mean, we say that, but it's still a thing. You know what I'm saying? If you was to work in an office building that you don't own, you can't walk in there any which way. You have to look presentable because they have clients, and their clientele, who normally people who have money, have their own views of how things should be, because they normally come from a royal class point. It's all about class. You know what I'm saying? The royalties always wore like you know, like in England, they had the wigs and shit. All that was from African culture, but that's something that's beside the point. But they basically had different dresses, or not, you know, dress codes to show where you sit at in their society. So that's always important. You know what I mean? We say that, you know, because we don't think like that and we're above that thought pattern, but it's always been around since ancient times. You know what I'm saying? If you're dressed like a peasant, then they conceived you as a peasant and you got treated as such. But if you was walking around with a robe on, they thought that you was someone of importance. If you had a certain dress attire, if you had
it's the
certain jewelry
hierarchy.
on,
It's the
yeah,
hierarchy.
the hierarchy of society. So
Wear a robe
you can
from
say
now on.
sit there and go F this, F that, but
Rich,
yeah,
wear,
I'm gonna wear a robe from now on.
yeah, look at it. A perfect example. Skyrim. Skyrim is the
Should I start
perfect
wearing my
example.
cape again?
It
What
is
happened?
2020. You can do whatever you want. It's you. We at that point now because you can do whatever you want because you. No one gotta like it. No one gonna love it. It's you.
Now, Rich, you could wear that robe. In America, people are going to think you're a magician. But if you went to like Africa, someone might think that you're from a royal descent. It all depends on your location. You know what I'm saying? If you was to go outside in a goddamn cape right now outside your door, people gonna look at you like you crazy. Like outside of your door right now, go outside with a cape. Go outside looking like one of these, go outside looking like Itachi or something like that. Go outside with Madoro's armor. Don't tell me a cop ain't gonna shoot you. You get more attention to yourself. And then we all know
Yeah,
what
because it's
happens
something
when
out.
you get too much attention to
Yeah,
yourself.
because it's out of the norm.
Exactly. Now you could do that, but people are going to perceive you a certain way. But if you was to go to Japan and go outside in a Maduro outfit, people ain't going to even give you a second glance.
They're gonna give you a hug.
You know what I'm saying? High five. Good job.
They're gonna glump. A glump.
Again, it's all about perception of the area that you're living in.
So that's what it is.
Now we're getting all political. Sorry about this, people.
Well, no, but the thing is, it goes.
What are you doing?
It's also representing of my.
And that's
Yeah,
the whole point of it.
And
Stop trying to
that was a.
appropriate characters to be something that they're not. Like all of them should have been there. I mean, we shouldn't even. I mean, they try to make new mutants and everything like that, but the whole point is like you're still in the X-Men universe, and people are always going to refer to the original X-Men because that what was popular. And even if you change it the name or whatever it is, they still are dealing with the same thing that the actual X-Men dealt with. Because the X-Men in its core was always about racial impurities and the social hierarchy of the hierarchy of society, I should say. And that's what they were really based on. And like I said, they could still be relevant till this day, but they went ahead and drove the old school X-Men so hard into everybody's brains that it's hard to differentiate the two different classes. They all mesh together, so it's like, okay, I don't see Wolverine, I don't see Cyclops, I don't see Storm anymore. But then you got these characters that no one really relates to, or the people who they are meant for don't even read comics. So it's like you're going ahead and making new characters for the new wave of people, but those people aren't in tune with the actual,
The concept of it actually existing because they're not looking at it.
Exactly. So you're making comics.
Real quick,
For
just a
people
Holly
who are not even.
I have to ask. Did y'all like short hair Holly hair or with long hair?
Are you talking about, did you like X1 or X3 Holly?
Did you like it with long hair or short hair? Holly Berry.
I like Holly Berry with her clothes off.
Alright, bruh.
I knew that was going to go there. I knew you were going to go there. But I just sat here and said, you know what?
I mean,
let me eat my sandwich real quick.
She can have long hair, but she puts it up in a bun. Now it's short hair, so.
Yeah, wait,
But
for
Holly
Storm?
Berry,
Or...
she was the one who came out with the peacock hairstyle. You gotta remember that.
Yeah, I
So,
didn't like
and
that.
she's the one who brung in the short, African West Indies look with the peacock color. So I say I like her better with short hair.
I like her better with the rock and roll style. We're
Yeah,
talking about
so-
Holly Berry in general? Or
Nah,
we're talking
Holly
about
Berry in
Storm
general.
Holly Berry? Oh,
Storm Holly Berry.
short hair.
Mm-hmm.
How about you,
Never
Wayne?
mind.
I like her with long
I
hair.
was-
Like how she originally was when she was on Catwoman. I mean, yeah, Catwoman, Black Cat. Was it Catwoman
No,
or
well,
Black
she was in Catwoman. She had long hair, but then she cut it.
Yeah, she cut it
Cat? Yeah, I
in.
like it.
when
I
she-
liked when it was long the first time.
Mm-hmm. So you like Holly Berry out of Monster Ball hairstyle when she had the long hair and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And because on Boomerang she had the shortcut. That's when she had like the Caesar and all that. But in and also what was that other one? The other movie Swordfish. She had the short hair too. Holly Berry doesn't really wear her hair long. She wears her hair long in like scary movies and stuff like that to show distress. Long hair on women.
Like Gothica,
Yeah. When she was when she was on the phone and all that good stuff.
No, but I like short hair.
Yeah, I like short hair Holly.
I thought you were talking about
like
for Storm. I'm like,
yeah. He was talking about Storm. He said
No,
Holly
he was
Storm with long hair.
he was just say Holly Berry. Period. I was like, oh, we're going to personal preference. I was like, oh, okay.
I like how this went from talking about mutants to talking specifically about Holly Berry.
Yeah, but in X3, which was the last one that she was in, Holly Berry looked hot as hell, even though she had that short hair.
Yeah, she had short hair. Yeah, she had short hair. Yeah, in Days of Future Past.
Yeah. When they was whatchamacall. Yeah, she did have the short hair. Days of Future Past to me was one of the best ones. I'm sorry, out of all the X-Men. That whole Wolverine going back and forth in time and all that, showing Bishop and them fighting the actual Sentinels, and then having this guy go back and doing whatever. First Class was a wash to me. That one was the best. Apocalypse was a semi-wash to me because that's when they changed her character to the new one that they had or whatever. And she didn't do nothing for
Okay,
me.
can we there was one person that's asking what was Apocalypse original mutant abilities? I couldn't answer that question because I said I don't even think he had it until he touched
a telepath. He was a telepath. That was his original power. His original powers was a telepath like Charles. And because he was able to control the masses with his mind. And then when he finally got the technology, that's when he ended up taking his ability to the next level and then ended up using alien technology to enhance his ability. Because his original power as a telepath was to enhance human abilities. So he was able to enhance his followers that he had around him abilities. But in a sense, that power is more of a telepath type of power. To answer that question, he had basically telepath enhancement abilities. Before he had the technology.
There was a comic book with him that he didn't have powers. He was just a mutant with no powers.
Yeah, he was basically an enhanced person.
Yeah, because he won wars.
Yeah, he was basically like a person who was able to lead the people. He had natural charisma, I would guess you would call that.
Yeah, he had what Rex had, the natural charisma
of leadership type deal.
Yeah, that leadership. I was about to say the Matrix. I don't know why. I don't know why Transformers. I don't know why Transformers is coming to my head.
Once he ended up getting the Matrix of leadership from the ship, that's when his joint ended up going beyond. When he finally found, I think it was Shatari. I think it was the Shatar. I think that was a Shatar ship. Yeah, because the X-Men, the aliens that they went against was the Shatar. Yeah, the Shi'Tar. That was the aliens that they messed around with in X-Men. They didn't go into the Skrulls and all that until they started mixing with the mixing with the Avengers and all that.
Yeah.
Thanos.
Ta-da! I hereby grant you passage to Sir Stark's fancy castle.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah, Skrulls was their mortal enemies along with the
Kree.
The Kree, there it is.
Yeah, because Miss Marvel is a Kree human.
That's where the whole Kree thing came into play. Again, that all stems into.
Just Assassin's Creed.
You're talking about the Creed.
Shut up.
No, dang it.
He's like, having a serious conversation here.
No.
Like, I was enjoying this till you fucking said something.
This nigga said Assassin's Creed. Nigga, we ain't talking about Assassin's Creed. What the hell are you talking about? We're not jumping off of rooftops. Even though the dude that played Magneto was in the movie. Still,
Yeah,
that was
he was the dude from Assassin's Creed.
There was an Assassin's Creed movie. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
yeah, because we didn't like that.
Oh, don't worry. It was a very forgettable movie.
Yeah,
Like
and
The Last Airbender.
I was
question, he was basically a telepath.
Kind of on my shit list.
Yeah.
A low-tier telepath to ask to whoever was in the comic.
Yeah, you're damn right. You did.
I was going to say Dragon Ball, then I died instantly. I said, oh,
We don't talk about that.
What are you talking about? Oh, you
Movies
talking about
that
evolution? Oh, yeah, no.
Whoa.
Don't even.
It's gonna end. They're starting to talk
Don't even.
nonsense.
I'd rather watch the original Dragon Ball movie. I'd rather watch the original Dragon Ball movie. And they was calling Goku Monkey Kid.
At least I can admit that.
There was nothing wrong with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather watch that one than that evolution bullshit
Don't speak
that they
of it.
use the chick from Foolish as Bulma. No, selfishness or whatever that thing.
and the dude from Buffy as Piccolo.
Oh man, God,
The
bro.
only black dude in the movie. Besides
Yeah, I mean, like that was.
Kid isn't human.
I mean, whoever spent money on that, I know they was disappointed.
No one spent money on that.
Look, I can't get my time back, and I try to forget that I watched it. Okay.
I think
Ditching me?
Anaconda 2 came out when that movie came out.
This is
Well, I'd spend money on Anaconda 2.
Anaconda 2 was a way better movie than that.
I'd spend money to watch that.
I can barely help
Anaconda
myself.
2 was a way better movie than Dragon Ball Evolution, bro. I mean, damn it, the Chun-Li movie was better than that, and the Chun-Li movie was trash.
Agree on something.
Fuck, I ain't even got to
No,
see
I
that
think
one.
I think that was on the same tier. I didn't see that one.
I could watch the Chun-Li movie more than
I
once.
could watch. No, I could watch the Mortal Kombat, the second movie, then watch.
Oh, phew. You going to Annihilation now?
Just take the ball despite saving the day, and that bastard Tarleton
Come on now, Annihilation wasn't.
No, Annihilation was awesome. I liked both Mortal Kombat. Well, Annihilation is not going to beat one.
Okay, then that's all I want to hear.
Annihilation was not beating one. But I liked it though.
I was about to leave this party. I was about to leave this party real quick.
I mean, man. I mean, Smoke versus Sub-Zero's brother. That was a crazy battle. You know, Jax versus Psy, whatever his name is. That was a good battle. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Cage getting his neck twisted in the very start of the movie. That was awesome.
Absolutely. Now, which one of them are mutants?
Mr. Password
Which one's a mutant? Well, Jax was super enhanced.
I am.
Well, yeah, Jax was an enhanced person because he just had metal arms.
Cyrax is Cyrax and Sector was a
they were an enhancement. They were
there was an enhancement. Mintaro.
That was a regular. Basically, he was a part of a people who did that, so that was regular attributes. So that was his natural mutation.
What is this? Who is
Because that
Yeah.
was his people. His people were basically centaurs. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
But on
Goro
Earth, they will.
came-
But on Earth, they will count him as
this?
alien
As a monster?
mutant.
Yeah, he was an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an
He was a
alien.
monster.
They were all
I wouldn't
aliens.
be here if they hadn't warned me about AIM.
Yeah, all Mortal Kombat people who
Look, we really
weren't
should
human
go.
were aliens,
Now.
basically.
Yeah, or demons.
Dimension. Yep, whatever you
Or
want to call them.
demons.
Baraka was definitely a demon. You see his face.
No, Morocco was actually
Melina was a mutant.
Wasn't he a test tube baby or something like that?
no, Melina was.
Lena was a test tube baby. Baraka was just
Because
plain
she was supposed to
ugly.
be a clone of.
Baraka and Katana. The blood of Katana and the body structure of Baraka, because they wanted to make her deadly.
But that reminds me of something. Freaking. So, about this whole pandemic thing with the mask,
Go somewhere.
why people be looking like Katana with the mask on, but look like freaking
Melina
Alina
with
with the
the
mask off?
Look, people
When?
like, about
Bitches out here fooling people.
When?
I mean,
We
that
look
was just
like,
the art
to
style of everything. I mean, that was the art style that they was going for back then because remember, Mortal Kombat was loosely based on ninjas and samurais and stuff like that.
I'm talking about
You
real
know,
life.
and basically the Kumite. I'm saying in real life, the only reason why people look like that is because the ninjas of old time and the samurai of old time always used to wear their mask over their face to basically make them look like they were demons, to put fear into people. And the only reason why we think like that is because that's been popular. Now we got people with masks on their face and everybody looking like they belong on Mortal Kombat.
So everybody's
I
just
mean-
slapping people.
I mean, yo, dude, like we've been having a lot. Like I live over here in PA, and in the past week or so, we've been having people doing a lot of robbing, a lot of shootings. Like 2 weeks ago, they shot up the mall over here in Lehigh Valley, and then
Who shoots
like
the
the other
mall?
day, you know, Simone and I, we saw like mad cops and all that going up towards, a semi-populated area. You know what I mean? Because we're right down the road from a hospital. So, you know, people been out here. When they start doing the riots, people were all wearing a mask. Everybody looking like bandits. You know what I'm saying? So that whole notion of everybody looking like that is because whoever made Mortal Kombat, those people, that's where they put their designs in. Now, maybe those people started seeing into the future and saw that, you know, we will all start wearing a mask, and he was like, hey, man.
Well, we
you
know Michael
yeah.
Jackson did.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Michael Jackson had the inside track.
You know, freaking Germany wanted him, kept him over there.
Blowing up chairs.
But they used to always wear facial coverings during like the old school pandemics anyway. Like the Black Plague, people were wearing facial coverings, were wearing the scars and stuff so that they won't attract it or spit it up. Cowboys back in the day when they used to be the coal miners and all that good stuff, they used to wear facial masks too to
We
cover
over
from the
here,
soot and everything
we
going into their nostrils.
we over here dancing. We over here dancing and ready. We over here dancing in radiation. You know, we're mutants our damn self.
Well, yeah,
Aliens-
we have
Don't
mutated
include
from when we
you.
were back in the old days. I mean, like because of all the medicine and the and all the food that we eat and stuff like that. Like in some cases, our bodies are stronger than it was 300 years ago, and in some cases, we're weaker than 300 years ago because the atmosphere has also changed.
My throat
Again.
hurts.
I mean, look, I be telling people all the time, if you want to, just be immune to things, drink your own blood. Whenever you get hurt, drink your own blood.
The fuck? What? you have to explain this to me, Exile.
Right, so look,
You have to explain that.
this is my theory.
It's about talking.
Let him talk. I'm
So
sorry, I want to hear this.
this is my theory on it. So whenever you get hurt or you get cut or anything like that, and you know your blood is exposed to the air, which means your body is now exposed to all the chemicals that are in the air or whatever is there. So the first thing that you do, obviously, you want to clean it up. You want to disinfect, you know, the area. But instead of doing that, how about you drink your own blood? Therefore, you are creating your own antibodies for whatever bacteria is in the air, whatever just cut you, you know, whatever is there, and then you just strengthen your own body that way. Natural, and you can ensure your own healing process.
So, from what I'm hearing, you're saying that through the foreign, because in order for you to ingest your own blood, you would have to send it through your mouth, which is already riddled with so much bullshit
Bacteria,
in the
yep.
air and bacteria
Yep.
and everything like that. Because your mouth is the most, next to your asshole, your mouth is the most bacterial thing on your body.
I thought you said your mouth next to your ass. I was gonna say how? How do?
Well, I said your
I
mouth
hope not.
next to, you know, first is your butthole is the most has the most bacteria on your body. Next to that is your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, your hands and everything like that has it also, but your mouth has the next to your, you know,
Right,
that has
has
the
the
most
most.
bacteria. So I could see, like, if you got a cut on your arm through to a foreign object, you would use your mouth to use, because remember, medicine now is they're using poison to cure poison.
Exactly.
So if you was to use your own body's bacteria that your body has been basically, you know, harvesting and procreating to basically hit that spot, you're allowing your own basic germs.
Your own germs to create antibodies for whatever you have just ingested.
I could understand that on a semi-scientific level, but I don't know all about that.
I mean, it's not for everybody.
You lost.
No, I mean, I can understand what he's saying. I just explained it right there. But at the end of the day, I don't know how scientific that is. But hey, you do have people who are in third world countries who seem to live longer lives.
Well, depending on the atmosphere.
Well, yeah, but their conditions are way worse. Like, if you have people who live in the goddamn forest, they're living until like they're 80-something years old without any regular medicine outside of what they make out of natural remedies. And yet they're dingy and dirty as hell. So there could be some claim to that. If you allowed your body to be dirty and ingest dirt, that your body could develop its own antibodies depending on your own physical attributes. If you're active, if you know, you eat certain things and stuff like that, your body does create its own antibodies. So I'm not saying that he's wrong or whatever. It's something that could happen. But I don't know, that's kind of far-fetched to me.
Yeah. It's not something that, you know, you would just normally think about. Like, oh, I got cut. Let me just, you know,
let me go ahead and lick my wound like a goddamn dog, right?
I mean,
let me get my saliva in there. My saliva will help it. My saliva will help.
Sorry, I lick my own wounds. Sorry.
We all know you lick your own things, Marcus.
So bad.
Oh my. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean nothing.
It means a lot.
My tongue could cure cancer.
You've licked cancer?
Yo, didn't they have that or something though?
Yeah, Rick and Morty. Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Was it Rick and Morty? Nah, man, it was another anime where they was using Steven Universe. Steven Universe, he used his spit to cure gems and shit. I thought that was weird as hell, man. I was like, yo, there's a whole bunch of innuendos in Steven Universe. A whole bunch of innuendos in Steven Universe, boy.
He said spit on me.
That's what he heard.
He said spit on me.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like, he would sit there and lick his hand and then touch stuff. And his spit would be all sparkly and stuff like that. I was like, yo. What are they saying here?
So,
They're saying kill me, Daddy.
so my
Please.
theory, because of Steven Universe, can be proven as something to try out.
Who say spit on me, Daddy?
I don't know. I don't know why.
I heard daddy.
Weird.
I did hear daddy.
Too. Oh, wait a second, hold on. We can't tell our viewers this. Oh, no.
Like Dan, I don't know who you be with, but
I don't
that's a
know.
little freaky deaky over there.
Damn, man.
I hope not.
Nah, I didn't say that. I said someone told you to do that. Hey Dan, I ain't no shame in your game, D. It's fine. You ain't gotta be ashamed.
Hey, if a girl say that, they go, you
If the
know.
girl tell me to spit on her, I'm definitely spitting on her. That's what I was talking about, Dan. I wasn't trying to say that you was anything else.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, actually, you say that to you. You made me die. You made me commit suicide. I fell off the map because of that.
Anybody, all right?
I fell off the goddamn map when you said that. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh boy.
You
I'm
guys.
like, wait, whoa.
Okay, now, do we have any other questions in the comments? Please, somebody break this up.
I wish we did.
Getting a little reckless right now.
What are these guys talking about? Yeah, we're those type of people.
Remember, we're all grown folks here.
Well, apparently,
I'm 12.
apparently, someone like licking their own wounds.
Hey, look.
No, don't say me. Don't say me.
I never said me.
I'm not over here sucking blood.
All I'm saying is, how often have I gone to the doctor versus you going to the doctor?
I got to go to because I have
Medical issues.
medical issues.
Why do you think you have those medical issues?
Because it was by
Someone's not
birth.
sucking their own blood.
Pretty sure I'm the one to go to the doctor the least.
And someone's not sucking their own blood.
Even with me sucking my own blood, it's not going to help the fact that my body, I'm doing things beyond my body control, that my body can't handle. But you know what?
Maybe you should add that to it. Maybe your body can handle it.
Hey, listen. We're pushing shit out.
Kind of make me want to cut myself right now and suck my blood and see what happens.
Nah, do it. I can't do it.
No.
Obviously, it's not going to be something that's going to be killing me or nothing like that.
I know, right?
I'm
Find a piece of
not
paper or something.
promoting this.
We're not making blood science here. We're not.
We're not telling anybody to go ahead and cut themselves. It's
Yeah,
Exile's theory here.
Should it,
Disclaimer: we're not saying anything like that.
Yeah, this is a very disclaimer.
Don't purposely do it.
You know, I know someone that draws in blood, but we're not gonna. No, but no.
They're doing alchemy?
Yeah. No, it's a. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that.
Getting a little weird.
Yeah, I'm not.
A few months later, while hunting.
I can't. You know what, Prophet? I don't know what possessed you to say that, but
Frothing.
yeah.
That's what you see.
I know it's part of the mutation, but yeah, no. Like I know people
that would be a natural mutation then, because it would be through your own chemicals in your body. So then it would be basically it's an evolution per se.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
But in the same cadence, it wouldn't really be such, because it would took something that's foreign to cut you, and anything that cuts you is going to end up getting into your bloodstream anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, even if your blood can do it, you already got mutated by the thing that cut you.
Yeah.
So,
so it's like, it's a natural. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a natural resistance to whatever mutation.
It is, but it's also, you know, like I know, like there's some people that I watch the Discovery Channel. Yes, I watch the Discovery Channel. People are living with with snake poison in them, you know. So it's like, Yeah, their body.
They get a natural defense against it. So you are already. What is it? Not a. It's not a carrier, but you're a
host.
Naturally, you're like a host for it. You get your body naturally has
like a fungi or like an insect. You know, moment you like tapeworms. They live in your intestines. You know, that's a parasite. That's part of your natural train now, like Venom.
Better check out the initiator cores in the hangar.
And Venom is an alien, but you can't call it a mutant. So. But it's still part of the host's DNA and genetic code now. So it just got really quiet. It got really quiet. I was like, damn, it got quiet. Did I say anybody wrong? I just say Venom.
I'll think about first.
I was just listening. I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm trying to.
It's and the book is more is a lot more. It's a whole race of them. Yeah, well, right now, yeah, in the
Did
books,
Spider-Man's daughter get on Venom?
Who?
Spider-Man's daughter. She like took the name Venom and like took control of the symbiote and got full control over it.
Yeah. Well, cause they're if you read the books, they actually went back to how I forgot what their natural race's name is, and how they were created. They were actually kind species. They was fear species until something happened and they became kind species, or other way around. I know, but I know it's an actual race. So, yeah, they just like. I gotta find it now. Jesus Christ!
Excuse me.
It wasn't the. It wasn't. Was it the crumble? Crimble? Something.
Crimble sister.
I want to say the gooey goodness.
Okay, Jarvis, time me.
4 seconds, sir.
Let's see.
I'm a bit rusty.
The Clintars. There you go. The Clintars.
Hillary?
A bunch of slimy bastards.
No, the Clintars. No, they're called the Clintars, and they've been through some shit, and they just want to live in peace with other species. So,
don't we all?
But that. Try doing that now.
No.
No.
Definitely the initiator cores.
But yeah, but it's a lot of. Marvel have a lot, but they're more focused on. They was more focused on politics, and then who's taking pictures? I heard pictures taken.
Thanks, buddy.
You're doing things.
I know.
Snitching.
Hey Tony, I'm still working on the door, but
Who's snitching?
I'm
Come on,
snitching.
6ix9ine. Come on, 6ix9ine. Stop it.
Sure.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, you know, actually, people call him Rex 6ix9ine, so I'm kind of
that's only because of the hair color.
Yeah, I know.
Again, you know, hair color, and they already prejudging.
Yeah, I know.
One person said it was the LBGQ, and I'm like, what? I'm like, you said that. They saw our wristbands the first time, the second book of wristbands, the color ones, and they was like, oh, LGBTQ? I'm like, what? No, yeah. So why can't it just be a colorful band?
Yeah.
Like, what?
What?
We support all people here.
When I first heard that, I was like, what? Shut your
Why
mouth.
does it have to be labeled? Why can't we just have it? Just accept it for what it is.
Like, no.
It's a band with colors on it.
I'm like, wait, who represented what? Alright, Rex is representing his own goddamn self.
Repping his hair.
No discriminating.
Language and personality.
Yeah, and
Let the colors come out.
and this story is going to be very, we totally
Well, guess I'm about to barge
study mostly everything, and then we just apply into our own ideas, and we made something crazy. We literally made an MMO. If we could make an MMO.
There you have it. I will fix that.
Well, yeah, once we start getting into the video games and all that good stuff and the card games, people will be
Yeah,
able
because Rich already cussed me out about the video game. You can't have a level 1 at a level 3.
No, we all do. It's part of the job.
Damn, Red, he went ahead and
Flowing robe, Vegas shoulder
gave it the voice.
That's realistically, you can't.
Oh, it's a
Kick his ass.
My mom bought
That's
it for
like
me.
saying your level 1
Muslim
super is
ladies
a
like to wear it
goddamn
for
spirit
sports and
bomb.
stuff.
It's great.
It's like your level 1 is a spirit bomb.
RGC one made me laugh when they came out with the old school controllers, how the old school controller buttons used to be. You had to flip the controller 2 times. And then when he went to school, became a developer, he just pressed X a whole bunch of times like Naruto. Like the Naruto games, and you just basically press on one button and it does everything.
Yeah.
Really?
You
That's what
know,
he's trying to do. He's like, alright, bet. So what we're gonna do is like, you're gonna walk up to your opponent, and then you're gonna press L1, and you're just gonna automatically go into Ultra Instinct, and then you'll just win the battle.
Kind of like her.
No.
She grows on you.
Saying
But
that.
that's-
What world does that
funny.
make
The tech
sense?
lab. I've almost got this door fixed.
well, you need to understand, like, people trying to make something funny, you know. Like,
I can
we
understand
already experienced, you know,
tragedy.
yeah, well, I was going to say Marvel vs. Capcom. I was going to say Street Fighter,
Are you not done?
you know.
You're still working on.
Now, when you call, well, no, I think
Need to remove the entire junction box and
Blanca
reconnect.
was a experiment. Yeah.
Great job, buddy. See?
Yeah, Blanca was an experiment.
I was gonna say, he's pretty much the same thing as Spider-Man.
Yeah, I believe
Home
so.
sweet home.
He's an experiment.
Yeah, Blanca was an experiment.
Yo, I can't
Bison
get
was
down with Street Fighter 5, man. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know what it is. It just does not feel.
Daredevil was a chemical.
Run on something a little less.
Yeah, he was a chemical. He was chemical.
Yeah. Chat, y'all, the people that texted me, say it on the chat. That's why it's there.
Yeah. If y'all want us to talk about something, put it up.
Yeah.
To you directly.
War table. Got it.
There was one person saying Miles Morales.
Morales.
Get this bird
I
on
was
the
like,
ground.
my boy. Everybody saying,
I
how
want
about
Tom to stay in
Miles?
it.
Well, we don't know
Well,
about Miles.
I don't
Put
think.
Miles in the chat.
Are they going on? So when Spider-Man is coming out on an Avengers?
That's a good question.
I just
So-
want to put it out there that I can invite people to come play if you want to. I've opened up.
Good. About
I'm
time.
on.
About damn time.
Shut the fuck up. I'm tired of you.
I can't be the only one.
Yeah, you are.
I can't be the only one playing Iron Man.
I don't even want to play with Iron Man. I want to play with Widow.
My mom texted me. My mom texted me. She said don't include Black Panther in this. R.I.P. to Black Panther, man.
Yeah, word.
R.I.P. to Black.
I blame Mom for including Black Panther anyway. She just did it herself. Don't include Black Panther. No, look, now you just said it. Now he's there.
May he rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. Iron Man is trash on this game.
Who said that?
Unknown Games.
He is. Oh, Iron Man.
It's not the. If you know how to play him, like I use his rockets.
It's one of
His rockets is.
Yeah, you use the rockets. I just got
Yeah.
the lasers. But it's
You know,
like,
my ball spams Thor like it's nothing. I'm like, jeez. But I would understand. I understand you, Unknown. So, a lot of people don't like Iron Man. A lot of people just do fucking what do you call that? Combo with Captain America, because Captain America got that unlimited combo bullshit.
He said Iron Man is squishy.
Iron Man is so squishy and die easy. Oh wow. Wow. I can't argue with you that. And we actually have somebody that wants to do a death battle between Scarlet Witch versus Domino.
Unfortunately, it's extremely well guarded.
So Luck versus Hex.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luck.
Because that luck only lasted so long.
Well,
I know that was a tough one. I think, oh, you gave
we kind
someone
of
gave.
discussed this already. Rex and I already discussed this kind of in when we was looking for different death battles to do, because I think we ended up going into the whole Hex thing, and it was basically like a three-way between Hex, not Hex. Yeah, it was like with Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, with Scarlet Witch
Domino
and Domino.
And then who was the third one from Teen Titans? The girl who has the Hex power.
Jinx.
Yeah, because Jinx has Hex powers as well.
And I'm like, ooh, very interesting. I said, I don't know about that one, but I will bring that up to the boys. I said, I don't know who I'm going to pick. I kind of like Domino by her looks. So that's just me.
We're not talking about looks, man. We're talking about applications.
I know. I told the person, I'm like, I don't know about the power wise, but I know by looks wise. But the powers, I don't know. I don't know, because that's very. It's like a counter. It's one of those counters that you can't really counter back. I mean, we did Jinx. Jinx needs to be barefooted and on land.
Yeah, in order for her powers to do it, because she draws hers from nature.
Yeah.
But with
what happened? Oh, someone said something.
But with Scarlet Witch, she just has the power over Hex. She could basically hex anything. With Domino, she has power over probability. That's her luck. She basically has power over probability. So she could basically make things go her way. So if she that's why she's an assassin. She's a gunsmith. So if she takes a shot, it's one of those joints that the damn bullet would bounce off of,
ricochet,
surfaces to hit an opponent. If she was to get into a fight, she could basically have the probability of someone slipping on a darn banana type of deal. You know what I mean? That's her thing. She has power over probability, while Scarlet Witch has power over somewhat of reality, I want to say. I can't really. I forgot what it was when we was talking about this.
It's been a long time now. I'm like, yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. I was like, yeah, I don't know.
So I was
and
watching
the boy, one of my friends said, how you don't know? I'm like, because it's two different mutant powers going against each other that counteract with each other. So that's a good fight. So
you got probability versus a hex that changes probability. So it's just like Domino would kind of lose because her application doesn't give her any physical I would say physical
But the thing is, I took it to that moment of she is an assassin. Then Scarlet Witch, you know, with her, she don't have no other. Yeah,
Ow.
she don't have no other attribute.
Yeah, other than that,
What
she
you-
doesn't have any fighting
What do you mean,
powers.
ow?
I got shot in the face.
Oh well,
And in the leg.
you know, I hope it was good. Anyway,
Not good.
I shot a lot of people in the face.
Okay, we're done with this problem.
Anyway, yeah, let's get back to the conversation.
Yeah,
But,
I was rewatching
but
One
no,
Piece, and
no, I say I picked
bitch,
Domino
let me finish.
because of her application of
Long
she's
as I won't kill
an
you.
assassin at the end of the day, even with her powers. So the Scarlet Witch don't technically have.
So I was rewatching
She don't have no
One Piece,
application.
and there's
except
this
for
one
her
movie.
powers.
Okay, fuck, I'm
So-
not doing anything.
I don't know. Prophet, what do you think?
Is that Wind or Prophet talking?
It was when.
Yeah, let Wind say something. What were you saying, Wind?
Yeah, I was rewatching the One Piece movie, and Dumb Go. There's this one chick that has
What is one?
the power of the Luff fruit.
Talking about
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Marcus, can you not hear me?
I think you guys are muted. I can
The
hear
fuck?
him just fine. I don't know what's going on. Oh!
I was saying, my volume's up, and I didn't hear myself in the video.
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't hear him.
Do you have him
Do
muted?
you have me muted?
How you gonna mute me?
I said, did you have me muted, dumbass?
I like how we have technical difficulties in the middle of the stream. And he's gone.
God damn it!
Poor connection.
There. You can't hear me.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened.
I don't know what happened either. But continue.
But anyway, there's this woman that has the power of the luck
Love from me.
It's the power of probability. But probability only lasts for so long that end up fucking her over.
Beach game.
And she lost.
Hmm.
So you can only use probability like to a certain extent before it runs out. Like
No
Domino's.
One Piece now.
Her luck will only last for so long until it drops to zero. Or if you watch the Deadpool movie.
Yeah,
If anyone remembers
Deadpool 2,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, her luck only lasts for so long until he got fucked up by something random.
I quite
throughout the
agree,
world.
sir. It's safe to say Dr.
You get by a
Tarleton would
bus?
relish the chance to dance on your grave.
The bus went into the bus went into the building, so she didn't lose anything, but it was one of those things that, you know, I think it was like Juggernaut,
No, she got
was
beat.
the one
No,
that-
she got punched by Juggernaut.
Yeah, she got
she got knocked
backhanded
out.
by Juggernaut. Yeah, she
Yeah.
got backhanded by him. That was basically what she was. What happened to her. She got backhanded. So
Yeah,
it's more
she
or
was trying to
less.
fight him head on.
This amount of stored
Mhm.
weight is somewhat
Which I don't know
disturbing.
why, but
So, I mean, yeah, I can understand the whole thing of your probability only lasting but so long, because if the situation occurs and then your probability goes into you basically coming atop, if someone is still able to come at you, then your probability is going to keep on getting less and less. Let's say you throw a chick into a goddamn into a jail cell, or into a, not even a jail cell, like into a metal box that has literally no light, no way for her to get anything. The probability of her getting out of that is going to be slim to none, especially if you throw the bitch into space. You know what I'm saying? Where's your probability at then? If I throw you in a box and launch you into space, but the probability is that you're going to end up falling, ricocheting back to the planet, or you're going to go ahead and hit a space station, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing out there for you to touch. So if you have nothing around you, what probability is going to do for you then?
Very interesting.
You know, so I could understand what Wynn was talking about with the probability only working for you to a certain extent, because
Yeah.
it's almost like if you have a situation, how many different ways can you get out of a situation? But
Yeah.
if you exhausted all the ways that you can get out of that situation, what is it that you're going to do?
So basically,
we went to the wall.
so basically, Scarlet Witch won this one.
Yeah.
Because we already know about
You could
Jinx.
do the same thing. You
Jinx.
could throw the same thing to Scarlet Witch. You could throw her in a box and fling around into space, but she could control the box.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she goes
So-
open the portal to another dimension.
However, they said she's going to do that.
I don't know.
I don't know if she could open up dimensional portals. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's something new to me.
But I do know that she can, like I said, going back into the metal box theory, she could reshape the metal box into an armor for herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because she does have the ability to change the materials that are around her. That's why people confuse her with Magneto sometimes, because she can bend metal, she can bend rock and change it into whatever it is. She can make a rock golden if she really wanted to. You know what I mean? So she just has way more applications for her abilities. But yeah, you're right. When it's like, how much probability can you change?
I gotta look that
Let's
up.
say like this. Let's say if they were fighting, right, and their scenery changed all the time. Like they was fighting on the road, then after that their fight ended up taking them to a forest, then after that their fight ended up taking them to a cave. I think your probability would be able to withstand all that because you're going into a different area. So the probability of things happening would change. But if you was to stay, let's say they stayed on the road, and you know, she has no other way of doing anything. If you was to say put them both into a ring that had nothing around it, her probability is not going to last but so long, for the simple fact that, you know, Scarlet Witch could change it. But in the same cadence, if Scarlet Witch changes the arena around her, that will also be able to provide a new way for probability to come in.
There's a new advantage for her, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because right now they're saying that the full extent of Domino power is still unknown. So we don't know how much probability she has. So it's still unknown. So I don't know what her limit is on that. Scarlet Witch don't have that much limit. I know she's a class what? She's an Omega class mutant, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Look, you introducing classes and stuff. I don't know nothing about classes, right? I just know.
Well, you're talking about
I went
Omega
to high
level,
school, and then that's it.
He's talking about a mega mutant.
Yeah, that was the. Remember I told you. Remember I told you. I said if we're going to go into that road, that controversy road, that's one of the controversy road that you got to know, like who's Omega level, who's Alpha, who's Beta. You know, like I was telling. Yeah, like I was telling Hector yesterday about Charles. Xavier, he is a level class. He's an Omega. He's an Omega class mutant. He don't need Cerebro because we already see his full extent powers with Onslaught. So,
well, yeah, your Onslaught is basically the epitome of all his powers.
Yeah, so he don't need Cerebro to control thousands of people or talk to or manipulate thousands of people. And plus, he does that whole body exchange thing anyway when he can transfer his mind into somebody else's body. So, I think, yeah, Scarlet Witch is a Omega class mutant. So yeah, she's her powers is like, yeah, don't mess with her.
Her power is maximum.
No, she's not Brawly. Okay, she's not Brawly. Let's calm that down. We already know all Saiyans are aliens. That's. There's no superhuman on. Is there a superhuman in Dragon Ball? No, there's no superhumans in Dragon Ball.
I mean, well, they're all basically superhumans because they have super strength, super durability, super speed. You know,
Well, I'm just talking about
basically-
well, Krillin and
Krillin, Tien
Technically
are
Roshi.
basically superhuman. Roshi's a superhuman.
Yeah, Roshi is too. Yeah. Everybody else is just aliens and cyborgs, androids. Sorry, let me, before I get yelled at the chat.
They're cyborg.
Yeah, when you tell, yeah, we know that. When I tell everybody else that they androids.
No.
But sorry,
See,
I'm.
the phone that
but
you
I'm
have
on-
in your hand is an Android and an iPhone.
Listen,
Just
we're
like
really
Phil said, he's
gonna.
looking for the Android.
We're
That's why
really,
his name was
we're
Phil.
really going to talk about that.
He's looking for the Android.
Cell don't have a black voice, sir. Thank you.
Oh, my bad.
We're
He
not
got
talking
some
about.
black lips.
I can't. I just can't.
If anyone's watching this video, if you have never watched Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I suggest you watch it.
Yeah. I suggest
If you like
watch
Dragon
it.
Ball Z, you will love Abridged.
If
24
you like,
hours.
if you like Hellsing, you should watch it too. If you, I don't think they.
Team 4-star.
Yeah, go to Team 4-star. We're not sponsored by them, but we just tell you where we get all the jokes from. Some of them, you know.
She may be able to help with the parts needed for the
This
ship.
this is not the place of fisting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we are done with that topic.
Whoa, sir. Whoa.
I was about to say, where is Dan? That Dan is very quiet.
Look, I see why.
Oh, listen,
He
Iron
came in when he
Banner.
heard fisting.
Oh no! Why?
You got quiet for a reason. You got quiet
I
for
said,
a
oh
reason.
no, my clavicle.
Oh no. It
My
hurt.
fucking legs. My leg.
That's not the
So-
only thing you can't feel.
That was.
Felt that.
He didn't.
It's getting dark in here, man.
Someone summoned the Dragon Balls.
Oh.
No, you're just looking into my heart at this point.
Wait, where I'm looking at?
My heart.
Oh, I see he's in I see it broken in pieces. I gotta fix it.
Nope, nothing but darkness. Because it doesn't exist.
Where is
Like Kingdom Hearts?
Like what?
Like Kingdom Hearts?
What?
Kingdom Hearts?
What?
Welcome back, Avenger.
you?
Do Sora have to come say Riku?
Which also reminds me, I will be doing a whole stream of the entire series.
And I'm gonna help.
Very nice to meet you, Morales. I need to find some.
What are you
parts.
gonna do? What are you gonna do? Play Donald?
Two birds with one stone.
No.
Shield pals while I'm at it?
We're gonna play Goofy? We all know that Tarzan and Aladdin were the best characters.
I see now. You're just
And
going through
Beast.
a bunch of things. You don't know what you're saying.
Who was the best support character in Kingdom Hearts?
What are you talking
Best
about in the
support
entire
character?
series?
Talking about-
or
The entire
just
season. Yeah, the entire series.
Riku?
Who is the
Man,
No, I'm not gonna lie. You just have a point
Period.
there. Who? The best support
Riku.
character, Riku, in 2, and
Auron.
after that, Auron was good too. Shit.
So we're just going to disband Tarzan, Aladdin, and Beast. That's what you're telling me.
Aladdin was
But
good
the whole
too.
thing was that with those guys, they fought alongside you. I thought you were talking about summonings. Like,
No,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
talking about
that
like.
sounds
summoning.
summoning.
I knew we could count on
Oh, Bambi all the way.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Seriously?
Shit.
This is really going
Yeah.
to make a difference.
yo,
Bambi is
Bambi
good.
was the truth though.
Remember,
That healing
we
used
factor,
her in
that
the
healing
card game.
factor saved me a lot in the first one.
Remember, we used her in the card game.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, Bambi was one of the best cards in the card game because she basically gave you like what, three health
Three
hearts
health
or something like
packs.
that. 3 hearts or whatever like that.
Yo,
Yeah,
Bambi
but
with the truth.
yo, Bambi was the truth. I ain't gonna lie on that one.
Bambi with the truth.
you know
Tinkerbell.
better.
Tinkerbell too. Tinkerbell too. I
Yeah,
can't forget
Tinkerbell
about
was good.
I
Tinkerbell.
told you about that. We don't play that. He's about
A
to
woman right there.
Wait.
I
FYI,
would
she's
say
now.
I liked the dragon dude from Mulan.
Mushu?
Mushu, yeah, his fire breath did a lot of damage. Now
That's the only
3,
thing that did a lot
you
of
know, they
damage.
were summoning trolley carts.
Me and coffee.
I didn't even get through that. They were summoning trolley carts. They were summoning amusement park rides, and I was just
I
like, yo,
didn't
what
like
are we
using
doing
those.
here? I was like, what are we doing here, y'all? I'm like,
It
this
was
dude
the
has
thing-
his forms. He's summoning Splash Mountain. I'm like, yo,
I mean, Ariel summoning, she was pretty good.
true.
He was
These
summoning
are things that I
the
can actually
teacup.
buy.
He was doing a teacup ride. It's like, yo, I was like, yo, they going outrageous
the
right
roller
now.
coasters.
Mhm.
Yeah, compared the boat. Yep. Yeah, there's some.
Didn't go to sleep.
No, there's something that was
Wait.
There's something that was based on the movement rise.
Yeah, it was on
That's why. Yeah. So
Let's say this combo for like when we actually start doing Kingdom Hearts.
And then you'll
Let's
see.
think this combo for when we start doing the Kingdom Hearts.
I know, cause you want to talk about you want to start the whole series.
Yeah.
Are you going to start the phone too?
I'm going. Look,
No,
I'm going with
no,
Goofy.
we're gonna watch the movie for that.
I'm going with Goofy. Goofy's the best one.
May he rest in peace.
But you know why?
Because he died for you.
He's the only one who attempted to live for me. Donald's an asshole. Donald will never heal you. As much as you give him healing items, he will never
He
heal
heals
you.
in 3. He definitely heals in 3.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but he
in
don't heal
three-
the other two
In
games.
3, you can heal yourself. It
Yeah,
doesn't count.
that really doesn't count. That's why I always keep Goofy, but I always switch Donald. Always, cause
You
he just
always
don't
take
heal.
out Donald and put in the extra. So Goofy's the truth. You never switch Goofy.
Yeah,
What can I do you?
yeah, exactly. Thank you, thank you, Rich. Thank you. I gotta order you a pizza now. Thank you.
Where's my pizza?
Well, you didn't pick Goofy.
100% take
Cause it's
Donald.
fucking Riku, that's why.
Riku is only asked for a good what one scene, and that when he was fighting Xemnas.
He's a good support.
He's not.
Yeah,
He's
Nuggets 2 was decent,
Unless we talk about
Nuggets
support
2.
in Kingdom Hearts 3, then, well...
We're not gonna go there.
I haven't finished playing Kingdom Hearts 3 because the goddamn
It's been
storyline.
2 years.
We're not going
Kingdom
there.
Hearts 3.
Yeah.
It's been a year and a half.
Okay then, I have
It'll be-
not finished
it'll
playing
be
it
2 years.
because
You had
of
a
the
year and a half.
storyline.
Because Kakarot came out this year.
Like I said again, I haven't finished because of the goddamn storyline.
That's your fault.
I mean, it kind of is your
Because they
fault.
mixed it with Final Fantasy.
And
Well, Final Fantasy, I think they added with 14 for some period. I don't know.
No?
Potential. Why potential?
Well, that was the rumor, so that's why I stopped.
There was no Final Fantasy characters in it.
yeah,
Besides Moogle.
yeah.
Another word.
Well,
Okay.
when
It's his
you
own
So
standalone
what,
game
what
now.
you're thinking of is the game within the game of a character that I don't want to say a character, but it's like a game that was created by Square Enix in the actual toy store of the Toy Story world in Kingdom Hearts, and you get to play into that, and it seems like it's a Final Fantasy style game because of the way that the characters look, but it hasn't been confirmed or connected to Final Fantasy that I know of.
Yeah, it was rumors after that cutscene, and I don't want to explain the cutscene because for those people that didn't play it or anything else, I don't want to ruin that. But there's a certain cutscene that I said, "Oh, this is part of the Final Fantasy. This is part of the Final Fantasy. Great." So
No,
yeah.
it's just
It
Square
has
Enix
nothing
original.
yeah, it has nothing to do with the rest of the game.
Okay, then that's all I need to know. But
You're
if Square Enix come out and say something, I'm driving down there to where y'all at, and I'm slapping both of y'all.
It's been
like
2
to see
years.
that.
They already discussed it.
For real.
They can change it.
And you can try to slap me. I'll just rip your dick off.
Whoa.
Period.
Savage.
I know.
Savage.
See what he see. He's so aggressive.
You don't want to say you're gonna drive down here and slap both of us.
Yeah, slap. But I wasn't going to do nothing damage to you.
I don't know.
Like I wasn't going to do no.
Trying to slap me.
You're gonna attempt to attack me. I end your freaking sex career.
Oh my god! I don't even have one.
There you go. I ended it.
There you go.
Oh my god! My goodness! Like a ravaged Uber, a small Uber.
Oh, you started this. I can't help you.
And I ended it.
I wanted you to bring order, but you just let it happen.
You want me to stop that? No. I'm not getting in the middle of that.
It's your stream.
Yeah, it is the stream. I am in charge of the gameplay. I'm not in charge of the words that are coming out of your mouth. I can't control your mouth. They need to find you directly for that.
All right, guys, we've got one. Touche.
But anyway,
Jarvis has found a couple
yeah.
heat signatures that
So do you get all your answers for the mutants, Inhumans? Do you?
Locations simultaneously.
And
If
then
you
you
want to put it, if you want to put it in a little summary from what I took from the conversation, you have your regular humans, you have your enhanced humans who are basically, they're given some kind of syndrome to genetically enhance what they already have. You have your Inhumans that have been outside sourced to have some kind of special ability.
Great. We've got to find those initiator
And then you have your
Captain America's ass.
pinpoints the Chimera's
Yes.
location, and we need
then you have your mutations that go on a general span of enhanced mutation, meaning something that you already have that has been enhanced by something as a second or third party, or something entirely second or third that changes you biologically.
Good.
Am I wrong? Did I miss anything?
Pretty much. Yeah, you said the first one is just your regular abilities. The second one is your enhanced ability through your own genetics, and then the third one was an outsourced ability to give you powers, and then the fourth one is you already have powers and they gave you the enhancement. So yeah, those are the different fours. Those are the four types.
expect resistance upon your arrival.
That's not including, and we already know about the gods,
Yeah,
the
we're not including
celestials,
aliens and all that good stuff outside that.
they don't count. So, same with
I mean,
the
they
same.
count, but they're in a different class altogether.
Yeah, now the class is the class is, you can just go online and look at the classes. Like I said, you got your omegas, you got your gods, you got your primordial gods, you got the whole goddamn hierarchy with that. That's why I say I don't want to add the like Thor and everybody else in that whole mutant thing. It's got that its own hierarchy and rules. So I'm just talking about Earth, period. Earth, 'cause that's
Yeah, you know, we're Captain.
yeah,
Planet,
yeah, because like I was telling people yesterday, I can't really talk about DC because every time Flash do a flashpoint, he destroying a time period. So it's like,
Yes, exactly like Trunks.
I'm mad about Trunks. Anyway, no, but that's why I don't like talking about DC and where their time, because Flash keeps destroying the timeline.
Not even that. They just keep rebooting it so much that
I mean,
they give,
they do a
like,
Marvel too.
Yeah, they do, but with Superman, for instance, like, before when he first came out, he was only able to jump over buildings and be faster than a speeding train and be able to tank a bullet. Now, he moves planets. He could start his own solar system. You know, he has the strength of a solar system.
He could start his own ecosystem.
You know, like, he could fly in space before they never had him do any of that.
In the case of
Until,
Kakarot.
you know what I mean?
In the case of
Superman, with that one, yeah, it's not a reboot for Kakarot. The whole thing is that they could keep continuing what he already has and then keep enhancing it. But yeah, it's the same difference. It's the same difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, first he was only had a tail and was able doing minor martial arts. Then he learns how to control his chi. Then he gets training from Guardians. Then after that, he actually goes out into space, trains. Before he goes out into space, he dies, trains with celestial beings. Then he trains in space and he fights aliens in space, and then gains a new power because you gotta understand he was an alien just like whatchamacallit too. So they already had enhanced abilities. They were already enhanced humans to begin with, and then after that they just kept going and going. But with Superman's story, they just kept, you know, adding and adding and adding. That's outside of the universe that they come with. But in Dragon Ball Z, everything that Goku was doing was already implied, and anybody could basically do what he does. You know what I'm saying? Superman, nobody could do what Superman does, but anybody could do what Goku does. You know what I'm saying? Besides doing, even people could transform also. You know what I'm saying? And enhance their own abilities. Nobody in DC does what Superman does to the level that he does it. I mean, the same thing could go for Goku, but Goku fights against people who are stronger than him to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Superman doesn't fight anybody that's stronger than him. He just overcomes obstacles, and he's always just trying not to kill people. So he gets in his own way. Goku doesn't get in his own way. He always fights at his strongest. So, you know, that's your main difference. You know what I mean? So, you know, Superman is just outrageously powerful, and he chooses not to go all out.
The
Goku
only time Superman have to go all out is he fighting someone of Doomsday caliber.
Yeah, Doomsday or Darkseid.
Or Darkseid, or Solomon Grundy to an extent.
To an extent. Solomon Grundy has to be under certain conditions to be able to fight against Superman at his strongest.
You know.
But yeah, nobody
even Amazo
in DC beats him. Nobody in DC beats Superman. He is the poster boy of DC. Except for Batman, but Batman has to, you know, basically use his brains in order to defeat him with equipment.
Yeah.
And he only has two weaknesses, which is Red Sun and Kryptonite.
And also magic.
And magic.
Yeah, and magic.
That's why I said Solomon Grundy, because Solomon Grundy is the magic.
Yeah, it's magic, yeah.
You
know what I mean? So those are the only things that really beat him, but in their universe, no one really had those abilities to the extent enough to really, really take Superman out.
Even Amazo is a long stretch.
Well, you're talking about Cosmic Amazo, so Cosmic Amazo will whoop Superman's ass. But even
I'm talking
then,
about
but
no,
then,
even the
but
regular
even then-
Amazo, because remember he was fighting Superman. He took Superman powers, and Batman was like, oh, he looked at Batman like, nigga, what are you going to do? Oh, because you took everybody's powers, I know everybody's weakness.
Weakness,
Here,
exactly.
you know, that's Coke? Oh no, that's green. Yeah, because you absorb Superman powers, you also have his weakness. And that's why Amazo say, yo, no, I'm running. So, that's only even Amazo is a reach, but I would literally say like Darkseid or Doomsday can easily take down Superman. While Superman going to its full capacity. Because Superman can't last long against Darkseid.
But the whole thing is, when he fought against Doomsday, he also had the fear of destroying the planet during their fight. So remember, Superman always holds back because he doesn't want to destroy things around him. So
Yeah.
Superman never really goes all out. There's only
No,
a
I'm
few
talking about
people
if you just put them in with if there's nobody, it's just Doomsday and Superman. Superman's not still going to win, even if he goes all out. So even if you Doomsday is. I can't even say Doomsday is a strong being because he was altered. He was scientifically made.
Out.
Yeah, he was scientifically made and cloned a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Not to the point where he was strong enough to just basically survive in anything.
So I talk about like brute on head force. You know, there's nobody holding nobody else's back. This is straight up beef. Like Hawk. A lot of people can't stand up to Hawk.
You said beef, I want steak now.
Huh?
Imagine
You said beef, and I want
like,
steak.
the person.
Wait, well, how did I say beef? Oh, well. I know. Yeah.
Give him the
He's not thinking about food for 1 minute.
No, I'm hungry.
mission.
Yeah, pizza. Yay. No, actually, I have a craving for eggplant taco.
What? Weirdo.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's not. It's eggplant, but in a taco.
alright, well, on that
I'll
note,
pass.
on that note, we have concluded our discussion for today about the mutations, what it takes to be a mutant, and who can be classified as a human, and how they are classified as a human or mutant. So, if there's any more promotions you want to give out, feel free to do so.
Just so you know, that Kingdom Hearts stream is coming soon.
And I will be posting the Monster Hunter stream moment I finish editing it because I'm still trying to beat this goddamn dragon. So, yeah.
Dinosaurs will be coming out soon, as soon as we finish it up. You
Mm-hmm.
guys post it.
Which Dan posted which Dan posted a picture up there. It's been getting a lot of views.
We'll be
You
more
know.
on that on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Visit our website at dieera.com.
It's not. It's not a people. We can I say it from the team? We thank you, but just don't keep it as a secret. Tell everybody. You know, a lot of people. I know y'all took that to heart.
Take your family. So that weird neighbor
hell,
that's always watching you
your
through the
dog.
window.
That's weird.
Your dog.
Don't say that. Don't tell him that. That's a little weird.
Wait, whoa! I don't show intel.
I'm not gonna be your neighbor and watch you through the window.
Through the first
I'm gonna be your neighbor that's like, hey,
You
look,
guys are silly, man.
chilling. You wanna come game? That's about all I got.
but we thank you. We thank you for being the fans, the loyal fans, and like I said, just tell everybody. I know people already start sending us pre-orders already. Don't know, they want their copy, so
It's all
don't
coming
worry.
now. It's all coming.
It's coming. It's coming, and it's a lot. It's a lot y'all getting. So I know.
Just wait a minute. We have a lot of toys for everybody, so be a little bit more patient with us, and we'll get it done for you guys and gals.
and that rainbow in between.
The rainbow
What?
and
The rainbow in between. No, well, guys and girls in that rainbow in between.
Oh,
You talking about
yeah.
They, you know, we gotta respect their decisions.
Yeah, we're doing it for everybody, not just for one ethnicity or one way of life. We're trying to reach everyone. This is something that is for everyone without everyone having to be at the forefront of it.
This is for all of our fellow Inhumans.
You know?
Even the baby agrees in the background.
yeah.
reach the AIM security system.
So, follow everybody. Follow the Game Incarnate. Follow the dinosaurs.
Please do. Check out
And
our Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Speaking of Twitch, I just want to put out that I recently did a quick little introduction video to the Crash Bandicoot 4 game
Oh,
that
jeez.
just came out.
Oh,
this
God.
week. So that's
I like
up
how we
there
both say,
if you
"Oh
wanna
God."
watch it. That's up there if you want to watch it. You want to get into some Crash. Hit that nostalgia button.
Nah, if you want to put, I didn't know there was a nostalgia button either.
Yeah.
I said, in that the case, bring back some Legend of Dragons.
Alright, if you can find a way to get it for the PS4, I'll play it.
Okay, let's see what all the fuss is about, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah, I like the
I'll put on.
quietness. He was like, alright. Think about that.
And also I will be on Xbox playing Fable, Def Jam, Halo. So keep that on the lookout.
You can assume it will be well protected. No welcome banners. Got it.
And one last thing for you guys, since we're here on YouTube, keep your eye out for Horror Fest.
Oh yeah, the horror month. We're playing Dead by Daylight.
And Among Us.
And a bunch of other.
And many others. Please feel free to suggest anything.
And yes, we get a lot of people that want to play Among Us. Yes, I already.
Among Us next.
That's one of the lists that we're going to do. So, oh, they gave me an exotic. We will be playing Among Us. Give us some time. Not a lot of people have the game. I know. I think it's free. I believe on platforms, on PC and the phones. I think it's free.
It's free on platform.
Yeah, I think it's on phones and the pads.
Oh, that's it. It's not on the system.
It's not on the game system. I wish it was.
It's possible, though. We're gonna figure it out.
Oh yeah. We will be playing that. Be lying my ass off. Anyway.
Who's behind these doors?
Aim's willing to destroy everything to hide.
Because I killed Dan in the study with a candlestick.
Alright, he just admitted it. We know it's him. He knew it was him. He just admitted it. He wasn't doing his task.
I wasn't doing my task.
He wasn't.
I will put in leaves in the trash chute. That's what I was doing.
Fixing lights in the medic room.
Oh, the med bay? The med bay?
Yeah, he wasn't with me in the med bay.
Nah, I was in storage. Trying to figure out how to kill Win. While the camera's looking at me.
Yeah, so...
I watched Marcus use that.
Oh no, not good at all. This is my arc reactor technology, but supersized.
That's not me. That was someone else's leg.
What is Aim thinking?
I watched you jump into the fucking vent in front of me.
That wasn't me. I'm red. That orange. Two totally different colors.
So the reactors are becoming increasingly unstable. You must shut it down.
Dan did it. I blame Dan. There you go. That's my reason.
So you blame Dan?
That's the only reason you need.
I can't say D. He's like one of the most honest person in this group.
Wow.
And Marcus, you suck at lying.
Yeah, I am a ninja after all. I do pop up and disappear real quick.
Yeah, I know. That's what would be the funny part about it.
That I do.
So, on that note, moi, au revoir. I'm gonna go eat some breakfast.
But it's definitely like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bro. Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Alright, gents. I'm signing off. Gotta go ahead and see the missus.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go over here and see the missus. My bed.
Oh
my new bed. Yes, that wood oak.
About time.
Listen. Mahogany. 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 Mahogany.
Alright. They're starting to get silly. We're gonna end this stream. Oh!
I told you it was already.
Over there.
Mahogany. Mahogany.
1.
He said mahogany.